Hello there, Michael Lewis. I am. Well, I sounded like I was saying hi to Michael Lewis. I'm Michael Lewis. I am noodling with live streaming things because I'm an improviser, and I feel like all of us improvisers are looking for places and outlets to improvise because it's something that I kind of think of it as an act of medication. Medication. Woo. I think of it as an act of medication. Man, I can't say that. I think of it an act of meditation, uh, but we get to do it through play. So I think meditative play is something that we could all use right now. So for me, I think that something I'm looking to do. So this was my first video on YouTube or anywhere really. So what I'm looking to do is trying to figure out the best way um, to film and put up some improv scenes. I'd like to offer that. I run an improv company called Empire Improv, and I'm looking to find a way to just put two images side by side of the two improvisers improvising and just post a bunch of them. I want to give the opportunity to my students, friends across the country that are all stuck at home that I'd like to do scenes with. Heck, even maybe big deal improvisers. Man, that's inside baseball. There are big deal improvisers if you're super into stuff. But people I'd love to do a scene with that never had a chance to. And we're maybe across the world from each other, but I think it'd be fun. So that's what I'm looking to do. I'm trying to figure out ways to make it happen without purchasing anything because I just like everybody else, Empire has no money coming in. So looking for a fun way to create an outlet, and maybe what'll just have to be is it'll just have to be for us. Maybe we'll just have to do it via you know chat or whatever. But that's what the goal is. So I'm looking to do that. Um, it's strange. It's just that every time I think about what my day is, that I just stay in my house essentially all day. Um, Maybe go on a walk, go exercise in the backyard. But it's so weird to just have an emergency that's not that the emergency is you just staying inside. The nature of the emergency is you interacting with other people. So the best way to respond to this emergency is to just stay inside. What a weird thing to do. That's heroic. The most heroic thing you can do is go inside and even talk to and see people. What a mysterious thing it is. Because every day you have like a weird like sense of impending doom. And then what you're supposed to, I'm just staying inside, talking to my family, doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing, homeschooling, talking with friends, doing all that. And then it dawns on you that you're doing that because something truly horrific is going on. But here you are, sitting in your room, staying in your house, doing what you're supposed to do. And it feels the opposite of heroic. Um, but that's what we're supposed to be doing. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure everybody else has the same feelings too. It's not unique to me. I don't have any brilliant or wonderful insights into this whole strange thing. Thankfully, I'm slightly less freaked out than a lot of people. My wife works in healthcare, so that part makes at least that part of my life much more stable. Um, the empire part, yeah, no one has any income, and who knows what's going to happen with that. But um, we'll see. I mean, we're pretty much everybody that does anything in entertainment right now is essentially shut 100% down. If you're entertaining people, uh, if you can't do it online, I guess everybody can do it online, but people aren't typically making, um, the business model for an improv theater, a comedy theater is not selling your product digitally. It's getting, people to come in and live that lived experience with you. And if you can't get people to do that, then yeah, you don't really have a business anymore. So there's a lot of creative, interesting things going on with uh, improv theaters. The Annoyance, I don't know, it might be, I don't know how long ago, but at least 3 or 4 days ago, they decided to lock 10 performers in their theater to quarantine them. So they've got food and all the stuff that they need. And they're locking them in for 10 days. And they're going to create a show that's going to get directed, and I'm assuming we're all going to get to watch it. Um, Napier's kind of a genius in the sense that he's like, well, what can we do? Well, how can we keep you? Well, if we put all these people in and quarantine them, which is what we're all supposed to be doing, um, get them to create a show, which is what all these people would like to be doing anyway, but can't for whatever reason, and then they're going to do it, and it's a way for um, him to do what his theater is all about, to get 10 people to do create the art that they are wired and need to do in order to be well. Uh, and he's getting those people to do that. And then we're going to get to see it. I mean, there's some crazy, interesting things going on. Magnet Theater's doing shows via Twitch, which is just kind of fascinating that they're still doing that work. And again, it's a weird need that providers have, um, that we need to be. Our work is inherently in community, so if you don't have other people, you can't do it. Um, Musicians that are in bands and stuff, I'm sure, in a similar boat. But if you play the guitar, yeah, you can still play the guitar. It's not the same as being in a band, but you can still do it. There's not a lot of, and there are people that do solo improv shows. I've done some myself, but Um, it's not the same. Like, it's still like without anyone there. It feels really weird. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's even some fun stuff out there, like American Improv Theater. They had Jeff Ringgold just produced a funny video that just it's called Just Jeff. So it's him and his theater playing the roles of a patron and the person that sells the tickets and the person that hosts the show and the person that's doing tech. So it's just all him. It's super funny idea, but it's just Jeff. That's what AIT is right now. It's just Jeff. Um, Good for him. I'm glad all these theaters are doing that. Made Up Improv Theaters, they're doing. They did like a weird uh, yoga thing, and that was just for like their cast or whatever. But again, it's just like these people are always in community with each other and just finding weird ways to like get together. Like seeing how excited the cast of the Armando that Magnet put on was, just like, oh look, we're doing this crazy thing. And I think that's one of the joys of improv, is that you don't know what's going to happen next. So the idea of all these people getting together and doing this crazy thing that none of them know what's going to happen, they're pumped. They're not like, oh no, that's scary. They're like, oh, okay, cool. We get to do the thing we want to do in a new and wonderfully exciting way, um, which is amazing. Uh, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't feel like I have anything to really add to any of this, uh, other than, I'm not improvising. So now I'm just talking by myself in a room to the office. This is the most exciting background you're ever going to see in a YouTube video. Look at this. It's a more rich color than this in real life, but on this screen, it looks like it's like uh, the most bland beige of all time. Um, well, here we go. So that's my first video here. So hopefully we'll have some improv scenes coming up. And if you see this and you're interested, by all means, uh, you've got the means or the knowledge, reach out, shoot me a message, and we'll see if we can get this thing figured out. Um, a way to make this all go. I don't care about saving the scenes really. I just want to like be able to post them so people can see them. And again, I'd love to do a bunch of improv scenes with a bunch of people I've never done it with, and with the people that are here in the community that I live in, and people that I've done improv with for years. Um, but just get them out there. Again, if nothing else, just so there's a tangible thing that people can be like, oh, that's a thing. Like, oh, I would like to do that. Whether they watch it or not. Like, improv is a living thing. And if you don't see it in the moment, then you kind of missed out. I mean, you can record it and you kind of sort of get a sense of what's going on, but it's not the same. It's a little bit like creating an inside joke in real time. So you have great inside jokes that are absolutely hilarious to you and your buddy, um, you and your buddy Fish. Um, Crazy, silly thing happened. But when you explain it to somebody else after the fact, they don't get it. That's why it's an inside joke. And an improv show is essentially that. The audience and the performers all get to be involved in the creation of that inside joke. And anybody who's ever tried to explain the funniest moment in an improv show has had the experience where like, oh, and then he said, that's where monkeys come from. And the person looks at him like, that's not funny at all. That makes no sense. And they said, oh, well, here's why. Then they explain one scene, and They're like, "Oh, well, but you also need to know this." And then they try and explain like 6 things and the person's eyes glaze over and they're like, "Yeah, this is not fun. You don't wanna watch your inside joke machine." Um, so don't care if you watch it. But, mostly I'm just looking to try and get things out there, find a way to improvise and reach out to people. So this went way longer than I thought I was gonna do it, so and I don't think anybody is gonna watch this. I don't even know if they can see it, so we'll see. So thank you. Be well. I got your back.